Hello, hello. Welcome to Leap Taken. Here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And today, this is me updating my grimoire. The last time I updated was the winter solstice. Sorry about that shaking, the winter solstice. And now we're going to do a page for spring and I'll be up doing more than one page. It's not like the only time I'll work on spring for this particular one. I like to lay this flat. Okay, maybe I'm a little odd. So let me tell you what I did. So I went to a AI generator, free AI generator, and I just typed in a couple phrases and like spring, you know, uh, enchanted cottage in spring. So I got this. And then Persephone, uh, springtime, and I think I put like African or something like that. And I got these other images because why not? Because I have mentioned this before when I think I was working. Actually, yeah, I think I was doing this particular, maybe Hecate or maybe this, I think it was Persephone, where I like to see her in different skin tones, darker tones. Uh, Not necessarily, how she's presented. Um, and, with that, like, she's beautiful here. This is AI generated. First of all, we're going to need to talk about AI technology because I see so many things that are going to go wrong just because of human nature. Um, as it stands, can be so horrible. So yeah, I'm really afraid because like look at this picture. This could be, can't you see this like somebody having this as their profile picture or something, or using this for something else? I don't know. It just feels weird. Like it feels crazy that we can generate an entire person um AI, but I digress because I used it. Here's another image. This one's a little these are from I think no, the same website. I can't even remember the website name. Something text to image or something. I don't know. I just said, AI generator. And here we are. You can just do that, by the way. Now, one thing I am thinking about doing, even though I have reservations, but I'm not going to sell it, is printing out some artwork. Because there's some very specific type of artwork I'd like for my kitchen, like above the cabinets. I'd love for it to, I don't know what it is. I just know it when I see it. But there's a specific color, pink, that I'm looking for. So I was going to try that and create some images and print them out and frame them. um, yeah. So we'll see how that project goes. That's an ongoing project where I'm updating if I can get this out. These are just some words that I took. I saw on a Google search for Persephone in a spring, and I said, "Oh yeah, these words are what I want on here," rather than me writing it out. And I just changed the font. I put it in, so I copied it, pasted it, put it in Microsoft Word, so I could change the font. I mean, I could have put it in my notes app too, but anyway, I digress. So yeah, easy peasy. When I do projects like this, I like being able to find the imagery and, it's fun sifting through, copying, pasting, resizing. It's not that, it doesn't take very long. Most of my time is spent just trying to make a decision on what I really want to add. Um, and then I do look around for scrap paper, which I have here, and I look to see, hey, how do I want this to look? So, and you're going to be with me while I make that decision on how I want this to look. So I sort of I don't know if I'm going to do a whole page. Sometimes when I start this process, I don't fully comprehend myself what I want to do, but I'm laying it down and we're going to look together. Yeah, I think I'm going to probably do something like this. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We'll see. So we need to get this cut down so that we can get this ready to go. So I just sort of fold it so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, and then I'm just gonna cut just below the fold line. So hopefully it fills up the page pretty easy. So Persephone, what is my thing with her? She came to me. I talked about this in another video. She sort of came to me, most likely via my connection with Hecate. And I felt like she was some, I mean, I don't want to go into the whole thing, and it's kind of, detailed, but I kind of feel like, there's definitely a connection there. My birthday's in the spring. My first child was born in the springtime. My sister's birthday is the first day of spring. um, and she's one of my favorite people, by the way. And when it turns spring, that is one of my favorite times of the year. I feel the most alive in the springtime. Like I love, that particular season. I feel truly myself, like I unstoppable. It's an exciting time for me. I'm very filled with like big dreams and hope at that time. It's a good time. Yeah, I really enjoy the springtime. I remember being pregnant with my son in the springtime, and pregnancy wasn't, I didn't have like really bad pregnancies as far as like being bedridden and issues. I didn't have all that going on, but it was a different pregnancy than with my daughter. I just, you guys, if you've been pregnant, you get that. These pregnancies can be different. And I just remember at that point feeling like, oh, I'll be okay. Just because it was like around the weather broke, and it just, yeah, I remember that all those years, so many years ago. But yeah, I remember that. And I remember just like starting a job. I remember being in school. And when the springtime would come, it's like, I don't know, I was like hopeful again, because after like the winter break, I had the winter blues. I was bored with school. And then I was like, oh, shoot, it's the spring. And you just feel rejuvenated again. Like, oh, and I could get it done. And I was active in school, and I would participate and like get my work done. Like, it's deep how, how weather really can affect us. I'm going to use this washi here. But anywho, I'm bringing all this up because Persephone is associated with spring. So if you know the story, well, first of all, let's talk about what spring is. It's the vernal equinox. It's a time of growth and rebirth, right? So the story for the Greeks, essentially for 6 months out of the year, Persephone is able to come back up to the earth along with her mother, and, help spring happen, make spring a thing again, so everything doesn't continue to be dead and we can grow things, rebirth, and all that sort of stuff. So that's where she comes in. And I like to tap into that energy of the time and use that from a magic point of view. I'd love to be able to use that energy since I'm already in a very hope-filled state of mind, and I'm excited, and, I'm very positive right now. This is the perfect time to work on, or rework on, in my case, goals and dreams and things that I'm had been working on, but maybe I've gotten a little behind or just sort of abandoned because the winter blues got me too much. Yeah, this would be the time I can tap into that energy and, get reinvigorated, breathe new life into those goals. And working on things like this, just the imagery reminds me of that as well. And I just want to talk about sometimes imagery can be just as helpful. Listen, I would love to have been able to draw all this or like paint it or something like that. At this time, my skills are not quite there. However, however you get your imagery, if it's, someone else's art that you print out like I did, or AI generated like I did, do that, do whatever. But if it speaks to you, that's all that matters. And this does speak to me, seeing this imagery. So I don't necessarily need the words written down in my book of shadows. A lot of it is just imagery because it resonates with me. And the message is, I get the message. Does that make sense? Yeah, probably a long-winded way to say that. But that's it. So I think I like the way I've got these pages down. Yeah, I think, yeah, you're going to just go like that. Okay. I was going to do that on an angle, but we're not. She's going to go here. And then this says, to the ancient Greeks, spring and summer signified the 6 months when Persephone returned from the underworld, and her mother, Demeter, made the earth bloom and grow bountiful after her absence. When Persephone left the company of the gods and returned to the underworld, I struggle with this. Demeter's loss was expressed in the barrenness of autumn and winter. So it's sort of just getting into this spring concept. So, like I said, I'll have more pages, including spells and invocations and things like that to Persephone for this time. But this is sort of like the introductory page. So I wanted to put this down. So yeah, this is it. So see, yeah, I want to make sure this folds correctly. Okay, good. So here we go. This is the page. I love it. I definitely love the imagery. It's definitely giving spring. I'm going to put some tape here. Yeah, so that stays down. It's definitely giving spring. And, I probably should have rounded these corners. It's not that big of a deal. Anyway, but yeah, AI generated images plus my scrap paper, my washi, to sort of match everything. I love this so much. I just like looking at this page. When I see this, I immediately think spring, and I think of my little cottage that I live in and how I have my flowers out front and they are in bloom. Anyway, this just makes me happy. And I believe that's what the connection is with her, for me, and with spring, and just being filled with the promise of things to come into bloom, all of the seeds that I planted, and things that make me feel happy and things like that, it's my season, it's this time for me. And I'll be working with Persephone probably a little bit more closer this time, around this time, going into spring. It's not spring yet, it's next month, but we're leading up to it. And also it feels like spring where I live. So I'm kind of tapping into that energy and learning to sort of respect the actual land and the space that I'm in, the environment, and work with that energy. So right now for us, this does feel like spring. Like I have 70-degree days, high 70-degree days. It feels beautiful here with no humidity. It's absolutely beautiful weather here. So anyway, enough about my weather. Thank you so much for watching. I am Mika. This is Leap Taken. Please go ahead and hit the like button if you've enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the join button to join Leap Taken membership. It does support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it, and there are perks. Also, head over to leaptaken.com. You can check out the services that I offer there. And as always, thanks again for watching. Bye.